Yeah, I think this clock for sure will now be the 3 based off that ban alone.
Okay. Talking of Jug, yeah, we haven't. He's kind of, a couple of teams have been braving him. You know, it's always going to be tempting to pick up a hero with inbuilt magic immunity, but yeah, certainly haven't seen much of that guy.
I think it's one of those heroes where it still has a decent enough laning phase if you have the right hero to enable it. So, for example, Oracle directly enables it with the root that allows for the spin to hit. Additionally, right now there are no heroes. Oh, I say it's only 2 heroes, but it's a nice pick if you see no heroes that can get to the healing ward. So Chen, Clock, both heroes can't kill it. And Winstrike, because they were first pick, they're going to be able to react with both of their picks after seeing one more pick from TeamSpirit. So potentially at the end of this phase, you might see the Caribbean pick there. I'm expecting Winstrike to open up with most likely their position 4 in their first pick, and then their carry after that.
Okay. So, what kind of floor positions are we going to be feeling then for Team Winstrike?
I'd like to see maybe a ranged hero to play behind the Mars. So there's the Nagaban illusion hero, like I said. Clockwork was slightly the core. So I think Mars. Maybe okay. So Snapfire, sure. Willow, Nyx. Okay. Who needs range, of course, when there's Nyx still a thing. But
they want the information.
Yeah, Nyx is very good against Snapfire. Out direct counter.
True that. Yeah, you like the Spike Carapace just to cancel out one of his kisses straight up.
But it's a very positional counter. It's like, even though it's Nyx v Snapfire, so no, in reality, it's the Nyx needs to be in the right position at the right time in the fight. The Snapfire can always locate the Nyx, but if he's not in Vendetta, get a couple of direction one way, then skip away. But TeamSpirit opting for the Juggernaut instead. Again, very good spin to get away from the Mars ultimate. Nyx can't really ever initiate on him from Vendetta. You have to then stun from Invis, so you lose that extra damage. But no, I think.
I'm surprised that they choose the Juggernaut over the Lifestealer, though, because Lifestealer has been a much more popular pick, and, you know, it's the same thing with the Magic community to get out of the Mars ulti.
I think it's mainly the ability to go Juggernaut with Healing Ward, playing with the Chen. It's a tempo setting carry, where the Lifestealer is a little bit more passive. You want to farm, you get Maelstrom +1, or you go Armlet Deso. Like, it's a lot longer. But then Winstrike, they played the Troll in the first game. Troll v Juggernaut is pretty darn good for the Troll. So yeah, currently Winstrike are very much using the fact they are first pick to counter each section of this draft. You know, Nyx v Snapfire, Troll v Juggernaut. It's now, how can they round out their draft with their final pick? Are they going to go for a more generic mid so they don't have to feel the pressure of a counter? So maybe like a Kunkka to cover themselves from the Brood? Are they going to maybe go for like a Lina and then ban out the likes of a Brood? Like, what's their style? And again, another key thing to note, lads, Non-Grata is back. FN is out. Due to the delay, we found enough time to find where Non-Grata was. He was... we actually have no idea where he went.
He was visiting his grandma.
Ah, I see.
Yep, that's my reason. Definitely not confirmed in any official capacity, but yeah, that's what Non-Grata is. He looks like the kind of guy which visits his grandma.
Nice. I hope everyone does.
You hope that, but there's some people that look like they don't.
That's true.
But yeah, Non-Grata, Icebird, these guys all have like grandma visiting faces. LTW definitely visits his grandma a lot.
Too much, actually. He doesn't play enough Dota.
Maybe. Fly, meanwhile, never visits his grandma. Guarantee it. I'm just kidding. I don't call him out like this.
Yeah,
he's a very family-oriented person, actually. Fly.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the worst one to try and fake.
And the one who could probably straight up kill me.
Yes. Snap you in half. Not even by touching, by looking at you.
I think a fight between me and him would probably last about 8 seconds. And that's me being very cocky.
But no, you see the Meepo final ban. It's always, you have to respect the last pick. Razor covering themselves and TeamSpirit opt just to go, all right, you got your you got your Razor, sorry, we'll go for a generic mid ourselves. I do like the idea of TeamSpirit's draft, where they've got a bit of fight, a little bit of pick off, a lot of wave clear now. The only thing I don't like is it's the same issue as last game. How do they actually start a fight cleanly? Because all their heroes, none of them want to naturally frontline. Snapfire plays from range. Clockwork is that initiate. Juggernaut will join, Lena will join, but they're quite of the squishier heroes. Meanwhile, Winstrike, you've got a Nyx who will happily run around, tank a couple spells, carapace, and disengage. Mars, tanky, buys Vlad's by pipe, loves life. Razor, tanky, he happily buys BKB. Troll, happily buys BKB. So when you get to that 15-20 minute mark with a couple items on the team, TeamSpirit will be dancing around the fights, playing around vision, hoping for a pick off a quick kill or a poor positioning from Winstrike. But on the other hand, Winstrike, they're going to be brutes running around the map. Even if they're out of position, playing a little bit sloppier, they're going to be able to survive unless it's a full 5v1 situation. I think Winstrike, it's a lot easier for them to take these fights. Obviously, not discrediting TeamSpirit. I'm sure if they can get a good first 5 to 6 minutes and play off of that Chen, then I'm sure they could close out the map and make it very difficult. All 3 cores in Winstrike, they need to farm to some degree.
To some degree, yeah, but yes. They might want to do it through fighting a bit. Depends how the game starts going. Yeah. I'm interested to see how the Jug pick works out. That's one number one flag up in this draft for me is this Jug. We haven't seen much of him recently because he's kind of just considered a bit slower. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to go for a Battle Fury this game. I don't know. I just get the feeling that they want to have this win condition hero. It's
very rough because you've got not only you have your Troll v Jug. You've also got Razor v Jug. Yeah. So the fights are very simple for Winstrike. Razor comes in, static links to Jug. Okay, done. Nice. Now you can't spin and run at me because you'll have no damage after spin. And then the Troll's like, if you want to ult me and try and kill me, I'll just ult myself, and then your Juggernaut Omni Slash expires, your Battle Trance expires, you're still alive. Like, it's a very difficult game for TeamSpirit. And I hate to say it because it's such a commonly used phrase within any analysis of Dota 2, but it's TeamSpirit. They have this early game tempo lineup, and if they get to 25 minutes, I think they're going to really struggle against this late game lineup. But it kind of is the case here, where there's TeamSpirit are on a timer of if they are unable to execute and are not disciplined, the big wall of just hero matchups alone should give a Winstrike the edge.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching LTW and see what he builds this game, see how high tempo they want to go. I can see drums diffused or something like that being a possibility.
That's what we love drums, man. You love drums.
I do
every
love
time,
drums, yeah.
Dude, every game where you start with the whole idea of itemization, you're like, you know what item's good this game? You're like, you get your tap on your chin, you read through the book, and you're like, drums.
Let's open a book and it's like, items Nomad likes. It literally just drums.
Drums.
Every page.
Oh, you'd have a bongo next to you so you can beat the bongos. Like, oh, wait. Have we ever? Oh, I think I've got a bongo in the loft. I could whip it out.
You could play along. Yeah, you can play along with the drum.
Every time an active drum charge gets used, I'm like, I hit a fat beat. Yeah.
Or you could just be the backing drums to my casting whenever a fight breaks out. Just start some really tense drumming, and then as it gets big, and
as the smoke goes in,
oh yeah, start it nice and low.
And then as I hit the drop, it's then coming in with an insane black hole. Yeah, nice. All right, cool. We can work on that. I think there's a lot of room for improvement.
There's a feature here somewhere.
We're laying down the foundation. That's what's key.
Well, Young G starts off strong in the middle lane, getting himself 1 CS and 1 deny off Ergon. That deny was the range creep as well. The important one, the big one. Meanwhile, Langrada taking some hits up at top early on, being dropped down pretty low. Might even have not forcing herself just yet. He's going to stick with the tangos, but good start for Winstrike here as Emerging comes in with a shotgun, trying to return onto Chigirao a bit, but Chigirao doesn't care. He's on his troll. He's chilling. He's loving life.
Yeah, Troll's a really strong laner, especially when you have Oracle as well. And Clock, he not so strong early on. You see him going for the Rocket Flare level 1, just trying to maybe secure the range creep, but he's not going to have any kill potential in this lane unless the Oracle oversteps his mark, or if the Clock somehow gets to level 4 or 5 in the lane and Trolls maybe level 3. I think there's kill potential, but that's very unlikely to happen.
Yeah, I can just throw out so much damage though with these Fortunes and then throw the axes on top as well. It's pretty painful. Pretty painful.
For sure.
Bottom. TSA just throwing down the right clicks onto Misha, chasing him through the jungle. Misha, though, with the stolen range creep, just battling it up here. Very tense. But not really, because the Nyx Assassin has a headdress, a tango, and natural super high base regen, so he's just chilling. He doesn't really care about anyone right now.
Nyx is one of the most swole position 4 players, position 4 heroes, out there.
Yeah, nearly challenges Ogre Magi for that position even. Might even win.
Ogre, I imagine the beefcake draft. Ogre, Nyx, Barra, get all the beefy boys in.
What's the tankiest tri-lane you can think of?
Does it have to be good?
No.
Oh, then there you go. Ogre, Barra, Nyx, there you go, that'll do.
Barra
Maybe even like
over,
a casual Jakiro, so you have the range support. He's pretty beefy.
What about a tree
Oh, going on to the troll though.
Ooh, beating him
level
down.
advantage.
They're gonna
There
get
we
the
go.
kill.
Okay.
Yeah, popping that level 2, popping the battery assault, and I'll even look towards Kicked as well. But he's gonna make his way through the trees and survive for now. But yeah, this is the brutality of the cookie into the battery assault. It is a really gruesome combination.
The issue there was the Oracle actually left the lane, and the Dire lane was pushing, so the troll was playing into his double creep wave. But again, no Oracle in lane, you can kill the troll. The comments I made about this lane being good, it's when you play as 2. If you ever play as 1v2, of course, we all know maths. 2's bigger than 1.
It is. It's Kick now getting
And
chased though, but even
kill
the 2
after
and 2
kill.
now with the level advantage, it is really hurting them, and they're looking back towards Chikirao as well and just forcing him away from Immersion. Immersion's going to live through this as well, so not even a trade. TeamSpirit just reaping the kills up in the top lane, currently with 2 under their belt, bringing down the Oracle once, and the Troll once as well. Meanwhile, LTW having a pretty free time at bottom as well. Oh my god, that never stops. Chikirao in trouble once again. They keep on chasing, but they won't go under the tower for it. They don't want to get carried away and feed away a kill. And Nongrado actually very low here. Kick's still trying to chase him. He's got the Purifying Flames, but the Clockwork gets himself out of range into the trees and heals himself up. Oh, I say that. He doesn't actually have a salve, so he's only got the 10 to 1s. He's going to have to pop it here as well.
Yeah, the Oracle had 2 salves, so even in that instant rotation, that instant play, you've now got a lane where you have regen advantage for Dire. So the lane's pushing in, luckily, to kind of mitigate this problem. But overall, this is kind of a win for Winstrike.
Yeah, it's a bit of recompense for this horrible lane so far. But there's 2 salves coming out now, hitting the Clockwork as well. So
okay, I take it back.
Yeah,
TeamSpirit actually doing work in this lane top.
I think it was only a matter of time before they get those salves out. Meanwhile, at bottom, LTW, he is just living the dream. At 26 and 4 right now, highest CS in the game. His mid is a little bit scrappy between these 2 heroes. These guys are just going to try and get as much value, as much efficiency in the lane as possible. Just fire out spell after spell. Force back the Razor. Razor comes back in with a static link soon, I'm sure. And that's going to be life. Bounty runes going... should be 3 for 1 actually. Provided TeamSpirit actually go and get this rune.
Yeah, if they actually want to go.
They might be leaving it for Urgon's bottle. Let's see.
Yeah, the bottle coming out. Yep. 5-minute rune. If you lose the 50-50, then you can dip over for the bounty, sure.
Provided Razor doesn't see it coming.
If Razor's ever still running that deep, we got a problem.
Predicted.
But
top lane, the pressure continues, even like blocking Chikirao from even trying to go for the creeps which are under its tower right now as Nongrada just continues to chase him. Immersion trying to close the gap as well. He wants to come in with a cookie. The shotgun is there. Nongrada getting kind of low though, and Immersion forced to cookie himself out. Yeah, they certainly do not. But meanwhile in the bottom lane, they actually lose Misha as Winstrike are able to find something down here. LTW might be farming, but at least someone else is dying. Meanwhile, Young G gets himself stunned up. Urgon does have the ultimate, but doesn't have the mana for it, so no chance of bursting down the Razor just
top
yet.
lane though, Oracle
They continue the fight.
oversteps his mark.
Oh, can they finish the job though? He actually managed to get himself away. The Fortune's End on himself doing a ton of work to get himself to safety there. Denying the ward. Savage.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, does it nearly took a bit of damage for that. Immersion though didn't get into range for the Fire Snap cookie, so he's good. He's good, but yeah, very spicy laning phase. A very on the knife's edge laning phase so far from both teams across the board. Really, I think probably bottom's the only convincing lane right now as LTW is really laying the smackdown. But yeah, everywhere else kind of close. I say that.
I think
walking back.
Look at the CS
he's been
right
wrecked. He's been wrecked.
CS advantage also has Radiant though. RTW getting jump bottom. He does have the spin up and the healing ward. And this is what I meant about a good Juggernaut pick. If you can't kill the healing ward, it's very
DK Focus here with the rotation of the 2-man cookie. Oh no, they're going to drop one. The Spike Carapace from TSA doing a bit of work and a beautiful 3-man stun. That's going to give him the space he needs to get out. So very close to losing both, but yeah, beautiful Impale Gets him out of danger. Goodness gracious, this is...
As I was talking about Jug, I was like, oh yeah, this,
they can get
on top though. Cog should save him. Yeah, he should be fine. Yeah. I was like, yeah, look, this is good Juggernaut because it's really hard to kill the healing ward in this scenario. And then he spawns it, doesn't move it, and the Mars with his like infinite range goes slap. I'm like, all right, that point's instantly been defected.
Yeah, Alex was waiting for the snapfire though.
Yeah, yeah, very big play. Trade a healing ward for the kill. Very smart. I love how you can cookie people in BKB though, like for example, spin as well.
Yeah.
Not only is spin obnoxious, but I'm now a cookied spin.
Uh-oh. TSA. Oh, I think he's going to be okay. He's got Spike Carapace afterwards, and the spear beautifully timed from DK as well. And even getting a lot of damage off onto LTW. DK Fogus is like, well, I can keep chasing this guy. You know, I can keep on going here. I've got myself a couple of one charges, got myself a spear, but LTW's a quick boy. He gets himself under the tower. Going to be okay for now. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Immersion coming on to Razor here.
He's just annoying him a bit, but no, if you look at the CS right now, it's insane. Radiant really pulling ahead. More than 10 CS on both Jug and Clock, and then quite an even mid lane matchup.
TeamSpirit.
But no, it's actually a treat to watch the non-Grata Clockwork, actually. Like,
yeah,
his laning phase impact is always going to be very good. But it's the fears of that mid game which...
Yeah, another nice cogs. Imagine jumping in inside as well. They've managed to get out the Fate's Edict, but it doesn't last that long at the early levels. But TSA comes in, throws down the Impale to lock down the Clockwork. Clockwork, though, he's hit level 6. He can get the hook shot, but Kick knows this. He's trying to block him as best he can. Non-Grata can't get it off right now. He pops a 1, but no, won't be enough. They're going to have to turn, look for the kill onto TSA. Instead, the cogs bashing back the both of them, but unable to finish off the kills here. They're both going to get away on low health. Non-Grata left empty-handed, but still being an absolute terror up in this top lane as Immersion. He's sneaking around the back, putting down that ward, seeing who's where's where.
They don't have a sentry to deward this either, so...
No.
Causing a lot of confusion up in this top lane. Having to force this next up here. Mars doesn't really matter too much because you're already free farming underneath your tower, so... Not the worst place to be in. I'd like to see maybe the Chen come up and bring some aggression and truly force this top lane to be Radiant favored.
Look at Non-Grata here.
Try and capture the outpost.
He's got such little health, but they're going for this one right now. But there's an easy 2-man Impale. Non-Grata focusing on the big money, but now with Young G, I mean, you guys are already dead. I feel like you might as well just take the outpost, but Clock actually on the run here, gets himself into the trees and will get himself out, so not bad. He's good.
You know the big play, right, which is you carapace the cogs so that you stun the Clockwork.
Yeah, that's big news right there.
Like, that's brain pulsating plays.
It would be, but sadly it was not the play in the end. Meanwhile, the troll gets a little bit of space up here in the top. We're going to throw it into net worth now as there's been a couple of kills, a bit of jostling, but yeah, it's pretty much reflects the same as the net worth chart. Everything's pretty clean cut, looking real good for TeamSpirit so far.
And this is what they need. They need to be able to play from laning phase into some type of lead, be it one item on Jug advantage or at least equal levels across their team. And right now, they are moving towards that stage.
Look what RTW's got queued up though. Hint, it's not
Shadow
drums.
Fury.
I'm not happy.
No. Hint. I don't think he can go drums. It would be way too timing specific. Even if he wasn't going Battle Fury, I think the only build he could have gone would be maybe some Yasha something, Manta Diffuser build, and that's also horrendous. Maelstrom is also horrendous.
He didn't go for gloves of... No, he didn't even go casual gloves of haste. I hate ILTW. I hate him.
That's a bold statement.
It's true. I love the casual glove of haste on Jug though.
The casual glove?
Yeah, casual glove. Especially when he's leveling up crits like this. I think it's very value. Anyway.
Okay, well, we can do the math later on if you'd like.
Sure. Meanwhile, they've got the cogs, they've got the Snapfire ulti as well, and they will roast DK Fogus in the middle lane, opening up this middle tower as in comes a Chen. The creep army is here, and this tower may well be going down, but TSA is in the neighborhood, trying to see if he can do something about this. Young G coming over as well. Border Patrol is here. TSA looking for a target, looking for a stun, looking for an opening. Not really finding one just yet. Maybe they're looking for the deny instead. If you can stun up
looking
Chen,
for the Lina,
maybe.
Oh
yeah.
Double stun.
Hook shot though. Come onto the backlines and just completely disrupting this gank attempt here from the Nyx assassin. And now they land the light strike array. Lina will stun herself in response to this. And well, with the Fate's Edict. They're able to get TSA to safety, but the tower has fallen. The big objective was grabbed from TeamSpirit. They're happy with what they've gotten, and they can get themselves back to the other side of the map and chill. Well, Ergon wants to stay on this side and kill some more creeps. He's a greedy, greedy boy. And he lives for his
I'm going to give TeamSpirit the award of worst mango tree placements in the pro scene. They've now had, they put in, at the bottom outpost, they put the mango tree right here, like just to the left of the outpost.
Oh my god!
Again, yeah.
What?
They seem to just chuck it at the first. As soon as they get it, they just chuck it on the ground.
Well, you
place it in
see,
your base outside your fountain for the free mangoes, which fair enough, is pretty good. Or place it in some type of area to get that additional vision, to abuse the fact that people have to have a quelling blade, and as the game goes on, quelling blades are kind of taken away from your inventory, therefore value of mango tree goes up. Don't just place it in the wild.
yeah, they'll just plonk it down anywhere. But you know, in fairness, if you look at it from a investment point of view, the sooner you get that tree down, the sooner you're gonna get it making mangoes, and then the sooner you can get yourself some free.
So you're in it for the short,
right?
The short haul, you know. You'd rather have a quick return on your investment rather than that long, steady.
Well, true. If it survives longer, then yeah, you do in the
Yeah.
long term get more. I guess. And maybe just reflect how they feel about the game. TeamSpirit are like, we need the mangoes now. Place it immediately. Get it down. We need our mango per minute.
Tempo. But 4K gold lead, 13 minutes. The slow progression of their draft. It's how are they moving around the map. They've taken this top tower, but I think key thing to note is the vision coming out from Dire. The location in which Radiant want to play now, TeamSpirit, they want to move down bottom. And Winstrike have a double ward set up on defensively to the left of the tier 1 tower bottom and then deep in the jungle. So if a fight is taken in this bottom area, it can also be prolonged due to that additional vision Winstrike have moving into the Radiant jungle.
Now they have got off a successful undetected smoke here. We're turning into a kill. It's a different matter entirely, but they're just going for the two-man gank squad. Yeah, they're looking for Nongrada with one of his kisses. But
these two
there's a
lads, they're
pesky
strong
crowd
boys.
coming in from behind. They do see him. They've got the hook shot, but they're not going for it yet. They're holding steady. They don't want to catch the Nyx because they know that he can cancel it out with a spiked carapace, but he's just seeing everything. They've got the dust, but they actually saw him here as well. Are they trying to bait him in with the shovel? They literally see him right here, but they're not bothered.
Yeah. That is by far the worst hero that you want to find as a ganking clock and Nyx.
Yeah. Well, they're going to go. Oh, he actually gets off the cogs just before it comes out.
But it works against him.
Yeah, kind of.
You can
and now
spear
he's
into the
stuck.
cogs.
A lot of heroes inside now. They are going to throw down the kisses, but immediately cancelled. Not sure. Oh, that was kicked. Nice job, kicked in the right place in the right time. Just ruining Immersion's ulti and getting a clean kill onto Nongrata, but. You know, all the while the Jug and the Lina are farming, they did make some space with that one, but yeah, definitely not the ideal use of your time, and definitely not a good use of a smoke.
No, not at all, unfortunately not, but that's what happens when you're a Clockwork. You feel this pressure. After laning phase, if you're a good Clockwork player, you're going to find kills. Nongrata, good Clockwork player, found the kills needed. But after laning phase, this hero, he feels lost because his Jug wants to farm, he's got Battle Fury, his Lina is very squishy, so if she ever steps out of position, she will instantly die to a Mars ult or a Nyx stun or an Oracle root. Like, it's going to be rough, but Nongrata looking for another pick-off. Troll has ultimate though, so I think this is a little bit wild from Nongrata. Instant ult from the Troll.
Yeah, he's trying to force it a bit too hard here. Nongrata trying to absorb the attention, gets up on the cliff, but they have the vision easily here with this kayak link, and they're going to be able to bring down Immersion quickly enough. Meanwhile, Nongrata continues the aggression, and a nice spear though. They're going to take down Ergon as well, so Nongrata is able to finally find his kill in the backline onto Kicked, but now they just surround him and they ground him. Misha cannot do anything from the high ground here, though. Centaur, thank you very much.
Nice
all right,
stomp.
Misha, he's doing the work, and now the Omni Slash coming through onto DK Focus. They'll be able to get the return kill, and Nongrata still getting away. He uses the cogs, he gets himself to safety. That is tasty. Are they done? I think they gotta beat Nongrata, though. He's chilling, he's watching, he's still in a bit of danger here. Or is he looking for something? He's going. This seems pretty insane, though. He's gonna get run down for this one. Nongrata, my man, you know, I give you credit for trying. I really do. But sometimes you gotta know when the story's over. Yeah, you know, this is... He's the sequels. He's the equivalent of the Star Wars sequels. You know, the story's ended, everyone's happy, and then he just goes and keeps on trying to make it happen.
People don't care after the first, like, 5.
Exactly. Trying to drain it a little bit more than Patsy should. He's the greedy businessman, but there you go.
But that fight, actually, it looked pretty concerning for TeamSpirit. I think at the start, exactly, because the clock went in so early. But I think the main thing is TeaGuvnor were able to play around the ward that now has just been dewarded by the Oracle. They're playing on the high ground, so they had high ground advantage, playing off the ward, and they made the fight awkward enough that it prolonged the fight so the Jug could get in, and the Chen, like we saw, the micro on the stomps, locking down that Mars, Juggernaut getting that free kill. So overall, really good execution of being able to prolong the fight coming from TeamSpirit.
Now, you said something earlier which I want to come back to. Why didn't you like the Maelstrom on the Juggernaut?
I feel like it's... let's watch them kill Immersion first real quick.
Okay.
Goodbye, Immersion.
See you later, but... Oh!
Goodbye, Nix.
Alright, return kill. Misha's here.
Okay, we got a team fight. Hold on.
We got a team fight. Alright, I guess I'll start casting. Gone maybe into trouble, but dodges out the spear quite nicely. The hookshot comes through onto the backline, actually forces the Raider into the arena. Meanwhile, he's got the static link out onto the Lina. Lina running out of abilities here, just going to throw out the Laguna and try and get away. Meanwhile, Nograda goes for the TP out, but no, it gets cancelled out by kicks. Another chase down Nograda into the trees, getting the kill. Purifying Flames finishes the job. Meanwhile, LTW is trying for a cheeky little bit of split push shenanigans, but now has to get the spin TP out. So see you later, Raider. I'm out of here. Gets himself back. Meanwhile, Misha, he's looking for kick right now.
Might get solo picked off right now.
Let's see it. Oh my god, the damage.
Very nicely.
That was some pissed off creeps. Double damage, DK focus. No, Misha, he's in trouble. He's getting beaten in. Oh well, and now all his creeps are going to go down as well. There goes one. There goes two.
Stun.
Three.
Oh, beautiful.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Counting with Nomad.
And the Centaur survives, but might be sent into martyrdom itself for the... Cookie. Nice. Fancy. Stun as well.
When will this engagement end?
I don't know. It's never ending. Finally, TSA dies, and this should be the end of it. Although I say that Nograda's turning out, and every time Nograda goes anywhere, there seems to be action. But I think finally...
His hero. Anyway, back to your initial question about the Battle Fury Maelstrom situation.
Indeed.
Maelstrom is a fine hero, a fine item, gives you a little bit of attack speed. But in this game, I think you need the Battle Fury. You have to scale. You really need to be able to farm super quick and just be a nuisance. And I think this Battle Fury, it does that for you. It gives you the extra damage. It gives you that it's a little bit quicker than a Maelstrom. Also the build up. In terms of how quickly he got it, like the return on the investment is a lot quicker than if he went Maelstrom. He'd maybe feel forced to fight a little bit more. You have to stand in lane a little bit more, and potentially with the change to the range on Maelstrom proc in 7.24b, it might not be so good for the mid to late game where you used to get those extra bounces on range on heroes. But again, I just think Battle Fury is like the safer option of the two, and it just provides you a more consistent plan to get into that. Those later items.
All right, thank you very much. Very thorough discussion there.
That's right, mate. I got you.
So a bit of calm on the map, but this calm might not last long as TeamSpirit are looking to shove their faces into Roshan's pit and maybe take a couple of chunks out of him, and maybe, just maybe, claim that Aegis for themselves. But guess who doesn't want that to happen? Roshan probably. And also Winstrike, they're heading the way over. TSA leading the charge right now, and they've seen all three heroes. They're going to grab the arena, and Lina, she's positioned absolutely horribly here. Snapfire really can't do anything about this. Meanwhile, Hookshot comes through onto the backlines. They're trying to isolate the Oracle, get him controlled up, but LTW is not going to be able to TP out of this one. He's dead as well. Nograda following suit as 3 heroes dead. Immediate buyback from the Lina, trying to come back. They don't want to give away this Roshan, but there is really no choice at this stage. They don't have their clockwork. They don't have their Juggernaut. They're not going to be able to save this one. Maybe some kisses and... No, they're not trying anything. They realize this is done.
What a ballsy Roshan call.
Madness.
They haven't dewarded the area. Like, if you, again, look at the mini-map, they haven't got full control of the Roshan pit. They didn't do anything special to get into the pit. And not only that, the Lina just standing randomly in the river. Like, standing in that placement is fine. If you have the Warden Sentry paired on this high ground, standing in the river might be acceptable. But you have no vision on your side. Respect the Nyx. Respect the fact that you're a Lina with only a Yules. If one man touches you, you're gone. You are dead. You're never surviving. You don't have a blink. You don't have a BKB. So positioning in that call from TeamSpirit, a little bit dicey, a little bit, a little bit rash. I think maybe they were feeling themselves a little bit after these previous engagements, but they were all built from the product of Nograda finding the moves. When you localize your team to an objective, it completely changes your ability to actually fight. Like, you're winning because of your clock, not because of your strength and your 5-man.
Yeah, and now, well, TeaSpirit have really taken a huge step back in this game. They were looking like they were going to sail towards a relatively easy victory, but trying to force something which really didn't want to be forced has now put them in a strange position. LTW now just trying to farm up with his Battle Fury, keep himself on top of the net worth chart, but he's being chased very closely by Young G, by Chikirao, as they continue to mount the aggression here, pushing down the top tower, and, well, TeaSpirit are kind of set to defend this one. They might be able to get a kill into TSA here, although the sentry is placed pretty non-existently, actually. But the hookshot comes forwards onto two. Nongrada's holding them, two of them still. Maybe they can turn around and focus down the Nyx assassin, but it's just so messy from TeaSpirit. Nobody seems to know what to do, and now they're just going to get themselves all speared up. But now TSA gets away as well, and they just turn around and wreck Nongrada. Shit, as down goes Misha goes as well. Emergent's got to follow suit. TeaSpirit, another awful fight here as they're trying to bring down ILTW. DK Fogos just moonwalking on his face right now. The spear into the tree, and another kill for Chikirao coming through, making it 3. Look over towards Immersion as well, and in the death, he shall be. That is going to be an absolute destructive fight there from Winstrike. And I don't know what the plan was there at all. Like, they set up for the high ground defense here, but they don't have a sentry down. So what does Nyx do? He just walks up. I mean, he's always going to be the one to break that. He doesn't really mind dying if he's just warding the high ground and everyone else can get out. But instead, they don't have any vision down at all. He's allowed to walk up there, scout everything, set up for one of the easiest fights of Winstrike's lives, probably. It's just so simple.
But we've discussed this, and it's like so, like the teams where it has to be so clinical with how they move. Like the Roshan, if they had set up correctly and then approached Roshan, then sure they might have been able to take it. But the fact that they make that bad choice instantly takes away all their previous advantage they have. And as soon as you lose your advantage, as you can see here, how do they fight? Nongrada, they were winning their fights by Nongrada being able to get in, be very tanky, get out on low HP, and then reinitiate. At this point, with the BKBs up on Dire, Nongrada doesn't have that kind of gimmicky playstyle that he had for the first 15 minutes. Yeah. We've now completely lost the early game advantage that we spoke of from TeamSpirit.
Oh no, ILTW decides to come out and farm a creep, but the classic fake back, the oldest trick in the book. This is just elementary Dota 2. We've started doing it in my pubs, and I'm down in the dumpster, you know, it's...
MMR check, Nomad? No, you know what, I won't even ask for it.
You can fight, that's fine, I'm about 4.4 right now, I'm fairly content.
Okay.
I'm fairly content.
I'm happy for you. I hope you enjoy your ranked roles and being able to...
I do, yeah.
Against all those Smurfs that are littered within that bracket. And there it is. RTW goes, you know what, lads? Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm going to call it because...
He's got a hot day tonight, I think. RTW, he's got somewhere to be, you know.
Yeah, it was solo queue. He's going to hit up more games because he wants to get on that grind. But no, TeamSpirit, they gave themselves a draft, which was, we have to execute. We cannot make mistakes. We have to play for that first Roshan and try and force it home. They executed from their clockwork. Very good from Nongrada. Props to him. But again, your clockwork. You get to a very clear point in your game where the opponent's by BKBs. You're playing against Razor Troll. You can never kill them. They're always going to be able to kill you. So they itemize correctly, of course. There's nothing too wild. And you muck up one Roshan. Game's over.
You muck up one Roshan, then you muck up a team fight, then you just get your carry killed for no reason. Like it's a pretty. I mean, the net worth graphs at its best. You know, it's kind of like, and then they lose. Anyway, that's going to be game number 2, and thus the series go into Team Winstrike here at the Parimatch League Season 2, earning those all-important points, and gotta say, they're not doing too badly in this tournament. Probably not favoured team by any stretch of the imagination, just coming in pretty new as Modus Unity under the flag of Winstrike, but now this brings them to the 2-1 situation, which isn't too bad, you know. Definitely looking forward to seeing more of what Winstrike can put out here, but we will have to wait for that. But up next, we got ourselves an entirely new series. We got ourselves
this one's hype, actually.
Versus aggressive mode. Yeah, I think you're right. So aggressive mode, of course, Lil Stack recently making a pretty stand-up performance, at least by what you'd expect from these guys.
But with 2 changes.
Yeah.
Don't forget. Yeah. They have made 2 changes. And then flip side to that, Fours looked so strong the other day when they played against VP and then TeamSpirit. So, yeah.
Yeah, Four's
Great series.
probably the favorites, but then it's so hard to put down a Lil stack. You know, it's really hard to bet against them, so we'll see what wins out. The wild theory crafting of Lil plus some very talented players versus Fours, a team which is clearly trying to make a name for themselves as a solid contender in the CIS region, and, you know, the consistency of this team, is it going to be enough to bring down Lil and the gang? I don't know. I'm excited to find out. The game between Aggressive Mode versus Fours is going to be coming up after a short break. Thank you for joining us for today's games. I hope you do continue to do so. My name is Nomad. He's been TeaGuvnor. If you're looking for something to do during the break, then why don't you go give us a follow on Twitter? If not, then just chill out, kick up your feet, grab yourselves a snack, grab yourselves a drink, and wait, as we will be back as quickly as possible for the next game, which will be Fours Esports versus Aggressive Mode here in the Parimatch League Season 2. See you shortly.